Hey everyone, it's one Crash 94. Welcome back to another NGDL Week 6 battle. This is the fourth one, and today's opponent we have is actually a rematch, believe it or not. We have a rematch against Week 2 against Alice. Alice really took us down real bad when we had Mega Swamp, but so I'm really hoping this team really helped out this one. Just a fair warning. There's gonna be a really good amount of skipping. So when this thing gets uploaded, I'm gonna edit the description to the point where you can skip. To the point where all the I discussed it in a match, but just look at the description when is a good time to skip over it. Because this battle is a long one. Anyway, I'm bringing the same team from last week. And Alice, well, for this one, I remember she had Wigglytuff and... what was it now I think about it? I know she had Wigglytuff, but I know she didn't even Striker, but I didn't really look over it. But anyway though, Alice, still a scale team, but I do have at least a counter to the top of Lily and possibly for the rest of the team, but well, let's just get this started now. I decided to lead up with Dante the Nidoking, the newest recruit, making his first debut in the battle, and she's bringing out Mind Power, the top of Lily once again. I knew she was going to lead with this thing. My Nidoking is actually a Scarf. I knew I could outspeed it with the Scarf. But she made her Scarf as well. So she countered my Scarf with my Scarf Nidoking. Good prep on that one, so really bring it down a huge number to it. So I wish I was focus sash for that one, so at least I could take it, but this one I'm mad about. Sapien Snorlax, he's my probably the star player for the team. Taking that side shot like a freaking champ, well, my back striker is supposed to be nicknamed named Gourmet Guy for Paper Mario series. And he's doing what he does best, eating up a lot of hits. So as I said curse early on, because I knew for a fact, I checked the damage calc with this setup where there's no way Tapu Lele can one-shot it without the EV spread. I decided to go for Quanta because I have a feeling she will begin to Digger. So she did that, it's definitely telling that this is her wall forward. So I go for a second curse, try to get my +2 defense just in case that's close combat or anything like that. That way my attack will be back to +1, but she was packing war. And just get used to seeing that a lot because, well, that's kind of a huge main theme going on with this battle. The Warboy killed the Manaphy, and she decided to bring in Sabrina the Miss Magus. I decided to go for a stab surf. I am packing Tail Glow maintenance once again. And I knew if I could wait till this setup, if I was at maintenance, I'd possibly be good for it. But I feel like it was way too early for it. I decided to switch out my Manaphy back into my Gourmet Guy, or Shy Guy. And she revealed the Electrum Z. Just really want this Manaphy gone. Just like what happened to week 2, she wanted my Manaphy gone because it was also my Z move user. Luckily, Manaphy wasn't able to escape. Gigabyte back and connected the Snorlax to hit it, and didn't do nothing. The Figure Bear is activated, and I got my HP back. So pretty much it just ultimately healed me. Standing in front of virtues I was expecting, decided to go for Recycle, so I knew for a fact I'd get my Figure Bear back, but I knew this fog is going to be a pain in the neck for Snorlax because one knockoff will ruin the set. So that's why I played cautious with it. Setting up the Stealth Walker later because I know if it's going to be a heavy switchy battle. Unfortunately, even with Nidoking being alive, I don't have Stealth Walker on my Nidoking. So she decides to Kelly the Striker Midnight was packing Energy Ball, which is a really good bring for her. So that way, it has another way to counter my mana fee. So I had to switch up my mana fee and bring in Lucy the Sylveon, because she's my physical wall of the team. Cycle for momentum of a full switch. Lucy definitely attacked it like a champ. Well, a champ as it is. Because she has some really good natural bulk. Big and Foggy. Unfortunately, the one downside for this deck I have for my team, I wish I had Toxic so I could at least start toxicing people. But Ponchab was coming out. I cycle for a safe wish just so I could heal myself. And the poison jab, Lucy was a surprise I take it for not taking it as a stab. Cycle for Protect, I wish Protect set, which I finally decided to bring this set back. Which I used to Protect a lot with Jolteon just to scatter the moveset. And I scouted and she does in fact have knockoff. So that was good information because now I know for a fact this thing is a threat. Lucy's now back to full HP, but I decided to switch out of feeling the knockoff and going back into Kale. Because she's my Z move user, she could definitely take the knockoff pretty easily. And my assumption was 100% correct. She satisfied the Foggy, thinking I was going for Energy Ball for against the Sabrina, but I decided to go for Surf. A safe Surf will in fact finish it. Also a thought. Making Sabrina live at like a 1 HP, but she got greedy and thought I was going to switch up because I saw Kicker for Havoc. I knew I was max speed, but my guess is Miss Magus outsped Manaphy. So I was able to go for another sub, taking out the Sabrina, and let's just say this will play later on in the game, which I feel like Miss Magus was in fact a counter for my Snorlax. Kelly's not back in action. I know the save outspace me naturally. I decided to go into Hanzo, right to Sidra, finally his comeback, even though it didn't appear like the banana match. Going for a full switch, eating it like it was nothing. Yeah, my team is definitely bulky now I think about it. Second out, dig out the Aracanine. At this point, I know if I could type of edge. I've seen the leftovers before mine. That's when it just gave me the thought, oh, wait, you're faster than me. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. I type in Snorlax just to take the Flare Blitz, because I know if I Shy Guy can easily take it. And I was correct. Snorlax can easily take it, and that the Fika Barrier is now activated once again, getting my heal back in. Knowing that I can't say a curse in front of this thing, my best bet was if I just use Psych with that. No, she actually swap out her into Foggy. Oh, that's right, I was thinking too earlier. I Psych set because right now, feeling like she was going, I thought I was going for a Cycle. But I Cycle because get my +1 attack and defense going, and I can take anything off. Now she decides to switch out Foggy into Gyarados. Which, this is part of the theme for a double Intimidate because she's known for the fact my Snorlax is a threat. Gomega is a fat boy. He's been eating a lot. The past 2 games has not doing well. This is like his chance to shine, and so far he's proven to be a better asset to his team. Sassy Arcanine again. Keeping my attack drop lower, and I just keep using Curse just so I keep my defense boost. At this point, there's no way she could one-shot me easily, but she needed Arcanine in just so she could at least take a hit. Now it's all planned, and now her war is all set up. I know if I could attack her so it been dropped down. At this point, I was like, you know what? Let's just get my Barrett back in action. So I got the Figure Berry, and she used War. I was hoping I would War into Manaphy once again, but unfortunately, the luck kind of backfired, giving me Hanzo. This Hanzo is running a weird set. This one, I will admit, this is an incredibly weird set I wanted. This is making mainly a full supportive set, if you think about it. decided to go with the Foggy, thinking I was going to switch up. Calling the read just right. I bring lowered my Mega Latios for the team. Latios is definitely. This one I made a attack by Mega Lucha. I thought she was going to bring in top layer this turn, but she decided to tank it. Check their chances with this. Go for a Shadow Ball. I thought she was going to be the top of Lele, but didn't do as much. Decided to go for a knockoff. Didn't do as much to me either, which is true because, well, I'm a Mega. She can't knock off a Mega Stone. I just wish I went recover on it. That way I could heal, but Karma was just a setup, but that way top of won't do as much. Speaking of top of there she is. At this one, I kind of got panicked and immediately went for Psychic. At this point, she would definitely have the game in her hands at this point. Getting the Psychic is good on, but knowing that she's scarfed and actually I spent my Nidoking, I typed in Shy Guy once again. Shy Guys was my answer to Tapu Lele. Go for a stab Moonbuzz and again, not doing much damage. Big Bear activated once again, making my HP up. It's a very slow battle at this point. She withdrew her mind power back into Digger. Of course, getting an Intimidated drop. I cycle for Curse once again. At this point, I feel like in this match, I definitely got Curse head. I took up going to Curses because I definitely want that attack boost, but I keep trying to get it back to normal. Cycle for Crunch, hopefully for a defense drop. That way, any physical attack I have will get a defense drop. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and the cycle for War. Beginning to my Lucy, my Sylveon. I want to know the thing I spent because I'm not afraid of his Arcanine with my Lucy. This is where I wish I had Toxic, because if I had Toxic, I could easily Toxic the Arcanine really easily, but I don't. Flareblast did a good chunk to it, but unfortunately, Lucy was able to tank it really easily, because this one is my physical wall of the team. So she could easily tank at least a couple of these for now. So it's like for a wish, I know if I could take another one. At this point, I'd cycle for Hyper Voice just so I could do some damage to it. However, she decided to go for a War. I was thinking go for Protect, but I want to get some damage on it at this point. And once again, going into Hanzo, which is the one Pokemon I did not want. Get unlucky. I was hoping for a Mega Latios, honest opinion. That way I could heal him. Decide to go for the Moon and Sun. So now I knew 3 of a moveset, which is definitely defensive, but no status condition of it. So I go for reveal my next move, which is a Tailwind. This is mainly support for Nidoking, which I wish I still have, because I feel like Nidoking could easily deal with Arcanine and the rest of the team. So I decided to make a huge risk going to Lucy, which honestly I should have predicted this coming sooner or later. Because Lucy did not take that flip pitch real well, because I think that was a max roll from it. At this point, there's no way I could really live any move at this point. So I decided to let Lucy go down with the E-Speed. I completely forgot that it has it, but even so, I'm gonna actually outspam it naturally. I could have gone for protecting more HP, but I don't think I will survive E-Speed for now. So I decided finally being killed, decided to make my move. He decided to swap out Digger for Foggy. I wish I went for Angel Ball on the switch, but instead, I decided to go for the Rain Dance. Because if I went for the Angel Ball on against a Foggy. Anyway, now I have the +1 speed. So at this point, I could definitely outspeed most of the teammates, possibly even top of Lele at this point. That's why I have the tailwind up, but plus, oh sorry, my the cord is acting up on me. So I go for a tail glow, sideways my special attack was my last chance. Go for poison jab, and got the poison, but really doesn't matter because I have hydration for my ability. So I have to go for a sub, but that one was actually a weed. I thought she was going to be as a striker, but didn't really happen. And this one I got a little trigger happy at this point because now she bought Kelly the freaking Zep striker, safely bringing this thing in against my energy ball. I just played really too late for that. And she was able to keep the silence to at full HP, and this thing was also packing Scarf. She was one double Scarfer against my Manaphy and my Needle King. So this definitely put me in a very bad spot. So I decided to begin Decidueye at this point. Tailwind is way peeled out. My only last two setup I have is Latios and Snorlax. Sapping Aracanine once again. And this is where I will build my trump card. Curse. This curse is a lot more different compared to Snorlax's. If you're a ghost type, you sacrifice half your HP to plant an actual curse on your opponent. I think this is why I didn't want Toxic, because this is one of the main ways of doing it, but maybe I could want a combo with Toxic and Curse. A Ghost Curse, that is. Now let's take a good chunk of damage for Curse. She has to swap out a Pokemon, go to Necron, the Gyarados, which I knew for a fact was happening, and I made my swap into Snorlax if I recall correctly. Yep, Gourmet Guy. At this point, we both have a Pokemon out, then should start bringing out a Digger once again. Just a reminder, we're at the halfway mark. It's 41 out of 82 turns. This is a very long game. Probably one of the longest I dealt with in this draft match. I finally decided to build I have freaking Facade this entire time. That's why she didn't go for any status condition on Snorlax. Because if for any status condition, the power would boosted double. Lower to the strike down, and this is one Pokemon I actually wanted to be in with. HP won't do as much. I decided to go for, I think, a Psychic at this point. Because I said I don't care anymore. No, I still have a Shot Ball. Still predicted at the top of Lele. Like, I was hoping to get one good read, but she could play completely safe at this point. But I decided to say screw it. I decided to go for a Psychic. Oops. Sorry, I hit the cord. Go for a knockoff, which live on 9 HP, which is good for me. And then, actually I did. I decided to go for another Psychic. Hopefully it KO, but which it doesn't. And unfortunately taking out my Mega Latios, my last offensive speedy threat I have. And probably my best answer against Gyarados, so thought. At this point, I was in a really sticky situation. But I remember Shy Guy can still come in against Seismitoad because of one thing. I still don't have I still haven't used Recycle. So because of that, Snorlax will actually get his first KO of the season. So now, Intimidate has gone off, and this is where the scary threat begins. Dragon Dance. The Dragon Dance set is now beginning, and I don't have Recycle on me. But Curse was probably my best answer because I could at least bulk up the physical defense, that way I could at least tank some moves from Mega Gyarados. And then she finally popped her Mega Evolution. Knowing that I don't have a way of dealing with Mega Gyarados super effectively, Has more regular ability, but it doesn't matter. Go for a stab waterfall. At this point, it's neutral, but at this point, I decided to go for with Psycho instead of getting greedy. If that would have flinched, that would be game over. So I recover my HP back into at least full HP. Oop. Sorry about that. Okay. And as you can see, the waterfall is doing less and less. So Curse is now up to +2. +2 defense, and now she's cycled for another waterfall, hoping for a flinch, leaving again at 14 HP, taking again. Goldmaker is not going down without a fight, and as you can see, this is where the scripture comes in. If you want to skip this part, I'll advise you to go ahead because I'll definitely run out of things to say. And at this point, she's trying to get her best to get as much damage as she possibly can with her Dragon Dance. But no matter what, how many times I said, because I can easily tell with my own curse with the attack and defense. So no matter what, the figure build is bringing my HP back up, and now I'm in a driver's seat at this point. Now I'm +2 attack, a +3 defense. Now she knows how much damage Waterfall did. She cycled for another hopeful for flinch checks, but didn't do as much. I cycled for with cycle again. I just don't want to lose this fight because this match is real crucial. Both of us are 2 and 3 in this division. If either one of us gonna be in a negative and one will be a balance set for it. At this point, she now to the fact there's no way she could do enough damage to my freaking Pokemon. So I'm gonna get Aracanine, and so I go for Facade to do as much damage as I can. Doing really good chunk of damage to Aracanine at this point. At this point, I'm starting to figure out Snorlax can be affected by Rincon. At this point, I decided to go for Psycho, just play safe, go for Figgy Berry, and decided to use Roar. Roar was the last option. Hanzo finally decided to show up. And at this point, this is where I finally built my last move for Hanzo. Like I said, Hanzo doesn't have any good attack moves. He's mainly made for supportive role. Cyber Kelly, the Zep Striker. I decided to go for Roots, which is my final move, which is a healing move. They got almost a good amount of HP back. After all the walks, and I could have cursed myself. Because this whole thing is all about curse. Both Ghost and the normal version. But surprised to me, she revealed Thunder Wave. If I was swapping into the freaking Snorlax, sure I'd be risky the Power Hex, but that would boost up my facade so much that it will be funny. Taco because to get some damage on Zep Striker. Any chip damage matter if I want to make a comeback. We got turn 58 at this point. Like I said, very long battle. She decides to talk about Kelly to Digger. Gets the damage going on. And then the drop once again. I decided to go for a boost just so I get some HP back. I backed up 185 once again, so pretty much that curse is pretty much nullified from that turn. So she decided to put her own healing move with Morning Sun, which luckily she only has 6 of those, which Morning Sun only has 8, while Pikachu, the Recycle Plan, I think only has 16, which I use quite a lot. But it's an item, so. And here's the huge thing: because she lost Science Toad, she doesn't have a way of knocking off the item. If she would have knocked off the battle would probably end at this point because I didn't have a Figgy Berry. At this point, she had to switch out because she knew if I would take too much damage at this point. Going to Kelly, I decided to make a double swap into Snorlax. That way, he would take any damage. I have my Berry attack. I don't have to worry about using Recycle. The cycle for a Volt Switch. And she brings out Digger once again. think at this point I just might put an attacking move. Yep, I might put an attacking move just to get any damage on that Pokemon. As it could with no boost, Arcanine can easily attack it naturally. Okay, why you have to betray me for season 3? At this point, I didn't really care as much because I have to conserve my curses as much as I can. So I want my Snorlax. And this is where the turnaround actually happens. Mox is taking damage. At this point, she needs my draw a lot because if I run out of curses, there's no way I can win because there's a little mechanic that will happen if my last Pokemon stands. She decides to switch into Nekron, the Gyarados. Feeling that I would have gone for Roost or anything, hoping to set up, but instead, I decided to sack off my Decidueye with my last curse. Because of that, Decidueye self-destructed himself, but planted a curse on Gyarados. So now Gyarados is on the timer. And because I'm now down to my last Pokemon, Shy Guy, the void will not happen anymore. The Figure Bear is now activated because of Gluttony and nearly full HP. I knew if I could feel confident. At this point, she decided the only way she can win is flinch hacking. She got one, but the curse is still taking a damage toll on her. At this point, I was going for a curse to increase my defense and attack. She went for another waterfall, and Recycle came through. And this is why I decided to put curse on the Decidueye. So Pika Bear is now back up. Now she's down to 3/4 of HP. She needs another flinch just so she can win. I have no item anymore, but I decided to go for a curse. That way I get +1 attack and defense. I'm hoping the curse will in fact finishes off, but unfortunately, Nekron barely lived with a slither of health. But I think it was like a blessing in disguise because, well, for that amount of HP, I don't think a side Snorlax would ever live a Side Shock. A Stab Side Shock and a Psychic would have done so much. At this point, now I got at least enough HP to a point where I could easily deal with the rest of the team. And with that, who had one of the biggest threat on the team down and out. And here comes the second biggest threat. Mind Power does Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele had the Psychic Surge up. Now it's boosted up with Side Shock. I don't have to worry about her Z-move because Miss Magus was down and out. Side Shock was the strongest move she had. Snorlax was my answer, and I was 100% correct. There's no way Tapu Lele can one-shot me. She has at this point rely on critical hitting. Because she's locked into Side Shock, there's no way she can one-shot me. She has to rely on much damage as a kid. At this point, there was a perfect time to set up. At this point, after Snorlax ran on my last Pokemon, I only had 6 curses left. So this one, I had to make it count. At this point, I was running out of curses. She was definitely powerful and starting me with my curses. I cycle for Recycle once again. I'm using up a lot of my power points for healing, setting up, whatsoever. But Shy Guy is not going down anytime soon. At this point, she finally realized there's no way she can beat me. Not in this stage. She has to lower my attack stat at this point she will live. So I decided to use another Recycle at this point because at this point, there's no way she could do it. And plus, she can't warm me out anymore. Now she has to rely on intimidating me each time, and this is her last plan, her last resolve. Size and Kelly, and I go for another curse, make me +3 defense and +2 attack. Of course, I'm always gonna go second at this point. There's no way she can win. But no way she can win. She can make a comeback if it's a critical hit, but it's gonna be very hard for her to pull out the win. So now I'm back down to +2, I believe, or +1. At this point, now I'm at 2 power points with her. At this point, I knew what she was planning. I knew in fact she was trying to lower my power points to a point where I cannot set up anymore. Because the Arcanine could easily wall out my Snorlax. She knows my moveset like the back of her hand. At this point, I have to attack at this point. So I go for a Stab Facade, not boosted from the stats condition, but Keller does if I go down Adventure KO. Zapping, take a. Oh, sorry if it hurt my dog because, well, God knows. So I go attempt to lower my attack set. I'm not close it away. Sorry if it hurt them because my family just got home. Anyway, the size in the top of it hopefully is sacking off. Barely living. At this point, she's trying to lower my attack set to a point where there's no way she. At least Arcanine was the last defense she has left. I decided to go for Crunch just in case. Yeah. At this point, I can see that this is definitely neutral damage. So now she finally brings out Mind Power. And the Crunch will finally take out the Tapu Lele. 2 biggest threats down and out. We're down to 1-on-1, making this huge comeback. And now, her last intended with Arcanine, she cannot swap out anymore. She can't roar me out anymore. All she can do is attack. Because she will be with her moveset with being Morning Sun, War, Flare Blades, and Extreme Speed, this is an all-out physical attacker, which is bad news for her because now it's gonna be her own downfall because this is her last one. Because at this point, without switching or anything, Snorlax can easily take her on one-on-one. So I decided to go for my last 2 because I just get my attack up to max, along with my defense being +6. So it's gonna be very impossible for her to actually one-shot me. The fact she has to rely on a critical hit to do it. So I used up all my curses. The only way I could lose is probably struggling to myself. But I decided to go for Crunch because I remember that Crunch actually has a chance to lower physical defense. Which it just happened. I don't know why she went for 1 because at this point, I think at this point she just gave up. Because even with Flare Blitz, I think Flare Blitz has a chance to burn me. And if that would have happened, that would have just made my win guaranteed. The damage recoil has increased, and now the fixed barrier is now active. At this point, I didn't have to worry about going for a Psycho anymore because Flare Blitz is doing so little to a point where I could easily go for an attack with at the. I can see now I get a second defense drop, and now there's no way she could storm me out anymore. At this point, I'm doing more damage to her than what she realized. Not realized at this point, and it's pretty much a good game. Unfortunately, not a good game. This is like the last resort I have, and this will be the game taking out the Arcanine, reverse sweeping her. So the Los Angeles Lucario is now 3-3, while her team, the San Francisco Aracaniners, is now 2-4. I feel like she had the game. In my opinion, she had the game. Her 2 biggest threats to my Snorlax were Scyther with the knockoff. If knockoff would happen, if I still had Figure Bell intact, I would have lost it, and that would be in her huge favor. And another one is been Miss Magius. The fun fact I would tell you is, originally, Snorlax had Earthquake. I then looked up Miss Magius' moveset and everything. I realized she has a Levitate. There's no way with the moveset I had, she would one-shot. She would easily wall out Miss Magius. My Snorlax with her Miss Magius. So the Crunch was actually a recent change I made to it, which is the one change that actually gave me the game. So yeah, real good game for Alice. Real unfortunate it turned around like this, but this is my last resort. I'm really glad I definitely pulled out the victory, even though it felt dirty. Not as dirty as hacks in or out with power hacks with confusion or flinch hacks, since she was doing that as well, to be fair. But this is not one question I have for. See ya.